Our life is full of surprises, and life surprises us. Well, it is we who say it is a good news and it is a bad news. Actually, news is just a news. Anything which has happened suddenly is a news. And one thing which may seem a bad news could be a good news for someone. And something which is a good news for someone might prove to be a bad news for someone. So good and bad is just how you define a thing, how you perceive. If you have some selfish interest attached to that particular news, then maybe you will hold an opinion, then maybe you get hurt, or maybe you feel very happy because of that. Everyone must be aware that in Iceland, the volcano has erupted, right? News says that some $20 million are being, this is the amount, the loss which is being incurred by all airlines. And there are thousands and thousands of people who are stuck on the airports. Did you lose your sleep last night on this news? Did you slept well? You ate well? You went out? It was a Saturday night. People had parties, friends, get-togethers. You heard the news, you switched off the television, you chatted about it for a few minutes, and that's about the whole thing. And say, if you get a call that your mummy, chachi, tai, someone, some aunt, uncle, distant cousin or a friend, or your boss, or some dear friend is stuck in Schiphol airport. Now, would you be in restful mode? Would this news be just a news for you? No, now you will be too bothered about it. The whole world may die. It doesn't even spur in your mind. It doesn't even bother you for a second. But if someone known to you gets scratched with a kitchen knife, accidentally, that is enough to hang you on your tenterhooks. It's a very, very strange situation that we are so aware about our physical well-being. We try to eat well. We try to drink milk and drink water and eat salads and take our proteins and carbs. We are so bothered about our physical well-being, but you have totally ignored the well-being of your own mind. And whenever there is a problem in your mind, you try not to encounter it and gain a solution for it, but you try to ignore it or distract your mind and run away from that problem of yours. But that's not the way. One thing, you have to accept that life comes as a complete package where you will have to share, experience tears and laughters. And they are very much interconnected too. When you laugh a lot, tears come in your eyes. Right? In certain cases, someone you might have seen that is laughing so much that a new person who might enter the room can't understand whether this person is crying or laughing or what has happened. What is the case? Laughing or crying? Although you haven't ever tried this, you don't know, you haven't experimented with this, but if someone is in tears, and there is a mystic meditation in which you allow yourself to cry, and I have seen that in crying, after a time, a point comes where the crying changes into laughter. Now this is something which none of you have ever experienced. You must have experienced the tears coming in the laughter, but then there is the same scenario which can occur, and that is you are crying, and in that crying, layer of the mind opens up. Once the cathartic process is complete, then the laughter comes out. Recently, a lady, after the meditation session, she asked me that it was very unusual that in the last stage of the Yoga Nidra, when I'm asking to get up and now sit, she said, I feel as if someone is tickling me inside, from within. Some tickle is happening, and I couldn't hold my laughter, and I'm laughing, and it was so strange. I have done Yoga Nidra, so I should be calm and silent with the equipoise, etc., etc. And here I feel like giggling. And she said I couldn't hold back, and I was laughing. I was embarrassed, but I am laughing, and I don't know what it was, so please guide me what it was. Very strange kind of experience. It is very much possible. So tears and laughter are entwined, are interconnected. Pain and pleasure is interconnected. Whenever any pain comes to you, be sure pleasure will follow. Whenever there is a pleasure in your life, happiness in your life, be sure pain would follow. Problem is this: you don't wish to see the life in its completeness. You just pick, I want this only and I don't want this. Well, thing doesn't work like that. You have to accept. You are made to accept everything, whatever may come in your life. My life, your life, each one of us is living a life which is full of its all topsy-turvy twists. And every man or a woman's life is actually very much fit that we can make a movie out of that. When I'm sometimes hearing the life stories of the people, I say, wow, what a life. But the thing is, the one who is living that life never says, wow, what a life. They are crying. They are not saying, wow. I am saying it, wow. You know what? Once it happened, I knew a couple. Husband was very strong fellow, very bitter tongue. He would sometimes be very abusive to his wife. Well, in front of me, they are all very nice. And then one day, I got the news that the husband died. Husband died. Natural death. And spontaneously I said, what a relief for that lady. What a relief. And I had no idea that she was sitting right behind that lady who was standing and giving me this news. I had no idea that she's right there. And after giving me this news, the lady went on the side, and I'm seeing that person sitting about whom I'm saying, what a relief. I was for a moment silent, what to say. Outspoken, big mouth, said it. But I said the truth statement. She came close, she offered me a bouquet of flowers, and then she said, actually, Gurumaa, you have said it very correct. Because the whole society is expecting that I should cry and mourn for my husband's death. But actually, I am very much. But I cannot dare to say that. I cannot dare to say that. I said, well, now I have found a good student. You have really understood what I have said, and it is good thing that you are practicing what I have taught, that not be bound with the relationships. Whether a husband is a good or a bad, whether a wife is a good or a bad, it is the fact that either of you would die first. And we should be prepared in our relationships to say the final goodbye to that person. And not be surprised and not be shattered.